Europe this week, we saw Team Infuse go head-to-head with the top-ranked teams.
We had so many big games here.
In their Day 1 match, Infuse took on Europe's #1 team, Millenium.
I thought we'd be seeing this SMG make an appearance in such a crucial game between these two teams. Jerd, however, teaches PT a lesson with his own SMG, this time the VMP.
It all came down to Urban from Infuse to make one final push in the closing moments of the game.
The support of his teammates, and this is the only person stopping this is Tommy right now.
Tommy either needs to... Oh, good God, he's gone down. Good, Infuse turn this around again. 10 seconds. They're making the run. Urban, what can you do? He's going to get surely gone. Oh my God, he's getting away with it. It's going to be 2-1 and Infuse are going to pick up the series. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
This led to a final 3-1 match win overall for Infuse and left Millenium questioning their tactics.
Coming off the heels of their previous victory, Infuse went up against Epsilon, the #2 team in the rankings. Zero of Infuse put down the sniper rifle this week to display some phenomenal uplink runs. Zero showed nothing but grace as he flew through the map to score one drone after another.
This is a beautiful route from Zero. This could be two. And it is. What?
This led his team to a 3-1 victory in uplink and an overall record in the Pro Division of 7-3. Also winning both of their matchups this week, Splice grabbed the second place spot. There's blood in the water this week after an upset loss to Infuse, but Millenium still remains in the top spot. Epsilon, Splice, and Infuse are circling, waiting to take that coveted #1 spot in the European standings.
Bringing you all of the updates from the ANZ Pro Division.
Mindfreak closed the gap between first and second place as they defeated Team Immunity in a hard-fought 3-2 match in their Day 1 meeting.
It's gone 3-0.
Excited Immunity went on a scope killing spree with his weapon of choice, the SVG.
Completely done. There's another one right there. Excite. Get me the vomit bag. That was sick.
These epic snipes weren't enough to gain them the win, but helped them collect 2 map wins over Mindfreak, which is a huge feat in and of itself.
Week 4 also saw Orbit Gaming's first loss in the CWL to Chiefs Esports Club. After their 2 wins this week, Mindfreak is now matched Orbit's 7-1 score. Mindfreak and Orbit's face-off in their Week 5 could be for the spot at the top of the ANZ rankings. This week, we saw some real shakeups in the North American rankings. In a dramatic ending to Dream Team vs Luminosity, we found our teams in round 10 of Search and Destroy on Redwood.
On the site now, a one-on-one. He's got overdrive as well. Really pop overdrive to follow this one up. That's what you want to see.
Before defusing the bomb, with only 30 seconds remaining on the clock, Chino wanted to make sure his back was clear and went after the last opposing player. Replays of Luminosity.
What? The dart gets called in. No, you gotta run back to the site. You gotta go defuse. Go overdrive. Oh my God! Run to the site, Chino. Go! Go! Go!
What am I saying?
No! Oh my God! Is he gonna get the defuse? Is he gonna get the defuse? I can't do this.
No.
I'm done, dude. I'm done.
This map loss cost them the win, pinning them to the 11th spot in the rankings.
Looking for some personal redemption after a controversial ending to Week 4, FaZe Clan took on their longtime rivals, Optic Gaming. With both teams looking toward the Day 2 matchup and dropping their Day 1 matches, a win for FaZe Clan would create a 7-3 tie for the second spot in the rankings. Optic Gaming's Karma came through as a phase stopper in every mode, becoming just too much for FaZe Clan to handle.
Other side,
Karma, find a third. There's 3.
Capture the flag, Karma guided some incredible kill streaks and flag returns that sealed the win.
And they're both putting a foot up the map. He gets it. Karma with the returns.
Optic's win was a huge comeback from their Day 1 loss to the team clawing their way to the top, Complexity. Envious's wins this week have pushed them into the top spot in the North.
Welcome back to the World League for Europe, presented by PS4. I'm Alex Machine Richardson, and I have Phil Momo Whitfield just hanging out with me today.
Yep.
For like the 9th, for like the 18th time.
You can hear me now better.
18th time. 18th times I've gone, hello, welcome to the World League.
You've done it probably a lot more. You do it like
18 times 5.
Yeah. Technically, you don't have 5 breaks.
4 breaks.
Yeah.
Man, this is hard. This is what I'm talking about. I just need to stop
18
trying.
times 4. Go.
Well,
72. Oh my
that's
God.
what I was about to say.
I did it before the show.
What, awesome. Did you actually?
No, because I wouldn't have known what you're asking me.
I don't know. I thought we had some synergy.
We do.
Evidently not. Evidently not. But we just witnessed TCM pick up a 3-0 victory against Excel, which is exactly what the doctor ordered. Phil's mind is still blown about that one. And the next one is going to be a bit of a different affair. Millenium versus LDLC. Now, LDLC actually, I have to remind you that LDLC have already crushed some dreams because they played against TCM last week 8 actually, excuse me. And by picking up that win, made life so much more difficult for that British roster. And so, you know, LDLC, maybe they could actually influence the top of the table. It's kind of crazy to think.
You never know. Millennium have lost to Vitality. We've sometimes dubbed LDLC as better than Vitality as stages.
Nice, I like the way you work there.
It's that God triangle again, man. However, this is the squad. Millennium, Jerd, Swanee, Tommy, and Madcat. No unfamiliar faces there. But I would say, you know, they had a disappointing offline event recently, obviously just at the weekend. But yesterday, they came back with a bang, shut down Epsilon, and in great fashion, too. I believe that was a 3-0.
Yeah, we did see Millennium kind of, well, just hit hard into that one. It's actually 3-1, I believe, Epsilon.
You're right, yeah.
But now we introduce LDLC. No Zyla present, but the rest of the boys still stand. And we're going to be hoping to see a lot from them at this point in time. But, of course, the names for you, in case you are unaware, you have the likes of Tony, Xerox, Getsum, and no longer Zyla. We have DeLogan.
DeLogan. I mean...
DeLogan. The D is silent.
These guys actually went to the offline event, and I talk about it so much because it's the most recent thing to...
It's a fantastic, like, kind of petri dish to test everyone out in an offline environment before our stage finals.
And as well as our relegations. You know, LDLC, yes, they're in relegations, but I have these guys maybe staying up. You know, I think that, you know, they've got the quality to beat some of the CWL challenge teams. So this is a great kind of environment for them, but they did play at the offline event, and I believe they came top 16. They made it out their group, but I don't think they made it much further. Going to be interesting to see how this pans out. But the first game is Hardpoint, and moving on to Hardpoint, this is what I wanted to look at. We've talked about Urban so much. What a crazy stat that is. 120 seconds, nearly double the average there.
Average of 2 minutes on the hill.
Yeah, I mean, the one player featuring we have to talk about is Jerd at 89 seconds. I mean, he is Mr. OBJ for that team, and the one really standing out, I think, in these later stages of the CWL here, he's the one that's kind of stepped up for Millennium a little bit.
I mean, let's not forget that one of the reasons, you know, you talked about the Vitality loss, you talked about, you know, how the fact that Vitality seemed to be the kryptonite of Millennium, and one of the points you made yesterday was surrounding them, that the way that Vitality structure their play, the way their players kind of approach the game, actually kind of leads them to counter Jerd. Jerd has poor performances against Vitality. Perhaps if LDLC can mimic that, can maybe learn from their French brethren, they could indeed try and turn the tables on them. Of course, we are saying could and if and buts because truly everything points to Millennium picking up this win in a rather convincing fashion.
And even looking at the top players, you know, he features again. It is Jerd. I mean, no unfamiliar faces there. Literally 5 of the best. If you're going to make a squad or a dream team, there's your answer.
Not a bad team. Yeah, I'd watch them.
It'd be a very high slaying team.
But we have to build it. Wait, I for Infuse is Azim.
It can work. It can work.
The new Azim team.
Yeah.
The Azim Dream Team.
You just have to basically get all their players out of 4 different contracts.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to break.
We can do this, Phil.
You've got to probably have a lot of money, but I think I'm gonna create my own team. Yeah, I'm joining Nachot's team. Don't know if you know. He's, I think he's making the team.
Is that?
He gave me a call
can
last
I be
night.
your like player manager?
I've already got one.
I could stand behind you and just go,
already got
good job, boys, and then take credit.
Oh, coach.
Yeah,
We've already got
coach. Oh, you have as well.
Yeah. Do you want another role? What do you want to do?
What can I do? Maybe I could be catering. I could cook for you.
We got that role filled.
I could cook for you. That'd be so cute. All right, boys, pesto pasta today.
One thing I'd love is a chef. Like, if I was a super billionaire, I'd get a chef because I'm not a great cook. But Jerd risking PT Bant and Zed, top objective players there. Obviously, we've gone through that already. Jerd being absolutely phenomenal in these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so essentially what we've done by showing you all of those different stat pages is just go, Jerd is good, Jerd is good, Jerd is good, Jerd is very good. Jerd,
He's
of
not
course.
bad.
He's all right.
I put a poll out. You know, I love my polls machine.
You were polling madness.
And I said, who's going to qualify? And 3 people just said Jerd is.
Jerd is going to qualify.
Like, he's got so much individual fan base,
I do want to check.
Ridiculous.
Has Jerd? No, he's still got a bloody egg as his display picture. How much of a hipster do you have to be?
That he's Jerd, like, in a nutshell.
Yeah.
What's Christian saying here?
Take out 1 or 2, then fall back and cover while planting or peek each bomb.
Okay,
Rush
S&D
bombs.
strats.
Okay. Thermal snipes for days. Vinny D knows what I'm talking about.
He wants the stylish plays.
He wants the style. He wants
He
the
might
style
get
plays.
it. And what is Snowy Arena says? He says go for the plant and then predict the enemies to easily take them down.
Well, I mean, that's a great strategy. Thanks very much for that one.
7-1-2-8.
To flank or distract while we plant on B. Now, see, that's
what you like.
That's my bait and switch kind of tactic. I like that Legend AC with the routes.
With the routes.
Appreciate that one. But Banner Protector's beginning for our second match in our 5-game day. First map of which is going to be Evac Hardpoint. Stock, again, featuring people are more and more trying to purge that one away and force people to play a much more slow, methodical assault rifle style of play. And talking of assault rifles, goodbye M8 as well.
Okay, so the M8 is taken away, a big kind of factor. And who has taken that? Let me see. Tommy. Okay, XR2 follows by Xerox. Is Xerox the Slayrox going to be able to do the same against Vitality? Millenium here. Standard last two there, high caliber rapid fire. And I'm a bit confused of those bans because M8 and XR2, they're going to be very influential. The stock was already taken out. It's Evac itself, so we're going to see a massive search and destroy type of based, SMG based game as it is.
Well, isn't it? Yeah, it's usually default
CVAC,
3 SMGs, right?
You'd think so. I think Journey's a given, but Tommy and Madcat. Tommy will be SMG. Madcat, he'll be the hybrid that switches.
Could be a bit
probably
flexible,
back into.
right? So maybe, yeah. I just do love Madcat with his Pharaoh, so hopefully we'll whip that one out again. But on the other side of things, we are going to be seeing the Specialist draft complete, and it is going to be, excuse me, a little bit of a different matchup for these ones. Tony pulling the Purifier out. On Hardpoint Evac, I can kind of explain it. Okay, there's a lot of close quarters. I'm thinking kitchen, I'm thinking maybe green room's too open. Middle, you can maybe make work, but it's not a specialist that you can see be as influential as others usually, and that is a usually. So maybe someone has got the real kind of affinity with that specialist and can make that work. So looking forward to seeing that. But talking of specialists, we will be seeing less of them as the overclock was banned away.
Yeah. Vitality needs to win this match to stay out of relegation. I mean, that has been, obviously Vitality coming up a little bit later, but I mean, this is obviously a one to kind of watch. Is Vitality kind of coming up in the next ones? I mean, just I think it's 6 PM where Vitality play today.
You are correct.
And I'm just thinking, when's the other one, which is
Splice
it last
Giants is
game of
the
the day?
last game, so after that one it'll be at 8:30.
So after this one, we've
no,
got.
to be fair, actually Vitality will be 8:30. Maybe it's nearly 6 o'clock now.
Ah, right, okay. But nevertheless, every single game, an important one. You know, you want to stay strong. For Millenium, you know, they've come off a loss at the weekend. They want to bounce back with 2 wins here to go into the kind of stage 1 finals. Everyone's aiming for different goals, and I think it's just like in life in general. You know, you're aiming for different targets and different goals. And for Millenium, I think they just need to get some of their confidence back after the weekend that's just gone.
Truly they do, and I mean, this is going to be crunch time now for Giants, excuse me, for LDLC. Just trying to make an impact into this one. I mean, what can you do up against the roster of Millenium, who have just cemented their place at the top of the table now at this point in time? But I'm always up for it. I'm always up for a little bit of a surprise, for a little bit of a curveball. And actually, we have people tweeting us in to highlight how much people are doubting the LDLC boys. Kerry has tweeted at us and at COD World League by saying, if LDLC pull off this upset, I'll shave my beard that's grown for a year. We are going to hold you to that, Kerry. I hope you realise that. That guy, Kerry, if you guys want to find him on Twitter, he's going to shave his beard if he does it. If the LDLC do it.
At that guy, Kerry. Okay, so that guy, Kerry.
I'm going to give him a favourite.
He might have to, you know, he could be beardless at the end. A year growing it. Like,
That's a lot of commitment,
like...
right? You're a facial haired man.
A year's a long time.
Is
you
it?
know, if you wanted to grow one as well, that's a lot of...
It's a good beard.
Yeah. That's a good beard, and there's nothing worse than going through it all again. We've all made mistakes and shaved it off. We've all been there. I can't deviate away from this player. His name's Jordan, if you don't know, also known as Jerd. And the Purple Squadron here, breaking through, straight into the point. Let's see what Jerd can do. And Millenium himself. In fact, you know what? Tell a lie. The French are coming out strong. Logan, Xerox, and Tony there. Tony with 2, actually. See what he's doing with a VMP here. Good stuff so far, but Jerd answering back.
Do you know what? It's a travesty that we didn't mention Xerox in our pre-show. He was been dubbed Slayrox recently, dropped 40 in the last hardpoint we watched him play. You know, like, he's definitely someone to keep your eyes locked on. He was actually a big part of why TCM fell in that matchup